Welcome back to the channel, everybody. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. So today, I kind of want to talk about the Speed Week reveals and everything that came out a couple days ago, and kind of give my thoughts on basically everything that Dodge released in their upcoming vehicles, so on and so forth. So first off, I am on the DodgeGarage.com website. So if you guys want to check any of this information out, you guys can go there. So first we're going to check out the Droptop Challenger. So this is the new option that you can get now with the Challengers, and I mean, from this picture, I mean, it looks really good. I like the look of it. I think it's something that a lot of people have been asking for a while, and Dodge now has an option for you to get one with a big caveat. So this isn't something that you're just gonna go ahead and order directly from Dodge. This is a third-party order. So what you'll do is, it's either going to be on 2022 or 2023 Dodge Challenger RT, Scat Pack, Hellcat, and Hellcat Red Eyes, and above. So all the SRT, jailbreak, all that stuff. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna order the vehicle. So first off, you got to order the vehicle new. And when the vehicle comes in, it'll get shipped off to Droptop Customs. This company has a long history of making drop-top vehicles, so it has a, I guess, track record of making drop-tops for different other kind of vehicles. So Dodge has partnered with them. So what they'll do is Dodge will receive your car, or the dealership will receive your car, and they will ship it to Droptop Customs. And so timeline hasn't been actually discussed. So we don't know how long that's going to take for them and how many orders, you know, the timeline for that. So with that, there is, and like I mentioned before, it's for the RT, the Scat Pack, and all the SRT models. So this option is a $26,000 option. So on top of, let's say you got a Hellcat Red Eye. So on top of buying the Hellcat Red Eye, and if you're lucky, paying MSRP, but let's say you pay a little bit of markup, then on top of it, you're going to tack on $26,000. So this is going to be over around $115,000, $120,000 car. That's ridiculous. Now, if you do get one of these, are they going to be worth more? Maybe, if they're kept in great condition. But this is more of a stunt vehicle. This is something to say, hey, I got the drop top jailbreak, or drop top red eye, or super stock. This is I don't know, this is, to me, it's a flashy way of showing off your Challenger. So yeah, but it's a pretty cool thing, I think, if you wanted one of those. The next thing is, Dodge talked about expanding their direct connection catalog. So they had a whole bunch of new things. Now you can get a full body, you can get drag pack, rolling cages, you can get carbon fiber. They have a whole carbon fiber Challenger, Charger. You can get a whole bunch of stuff from direct connection. So my whole thing with this direct connection stuff, all this stuff sounds great, and the more stuff that you can get from the manufacturer that's backed by warranty, that can be installed maybe there, or you could just purchase it, but you can get that warranty, is great. But we've been waiting to get parts from this direct connection for almost a year now, and We have yet to get our tunes. We have yet to get anything that supposedly was supposed to be have came out before. And I don't know when all this stuff is gonna actually come out and when we're supposed to be able to get this stuff. And I could just imagine that obviously it's gonna be crazy expensive. So they're saying that you can get the Dodge Challenger body, the frame, the body, for $8,000, which is a crazy price, cheap, and the drag pack rolling chassis for $90,000. So that's like serious hardcore racer that wants to build a race car. And then obviously the carbon fiber with the 1970 Charger carbon fiber body. That thing on video, it looked ridiculous. I can imagine in person. That's got to be like some kind of show vehicle, because I would be just having a carbon fiber lip or something like that. I'm like scared to scratch it or do something. I can imagine. Like PPF has got to go on that like instantly. As soon as you get it, instantly the PPF the whole car, because that's crazy. So for the modern performance, so this is more of my alley. They're offering the torque flight transmission, and now they have the red eye and the basically the elephant type superchargers, a 3.0 and a 2.7 liter supercharger kits that should be available through direct connection. And then they got headers, they got all this stuff, X pipe, so on and so forth. All these performance parts that do come with warranties. When they're going to be available, we don't know, because it's saying here that they're going to have more information 1 through 4 November during SEMA. So we'll see if they finally say, hey, we've been carb emission passed and everything is going to go in the store and you can go online and order and everything will be available. My biggest thing with this whole direct connection, it sounds all great, and the fact that you get the warranty is even better. But are these techs actually fully trained to install these parts, do all this stuff? Hopefully you got a good tech at your dealership or at your shop that could do all this stuff. And I mean, it is backed by warranty, but the last thing you want is somebody to jack something up that they really don't know what they're doing, and then all of a sudden your car is just there at the dealership for months waiting to get fixed. So that's a cool thing, but let's wait for it to actually happen. So this one right here, one of the controversial pieces of the week, and they're bringing back the Durango Hellcat. So I really didn't know this was a thing, that in 2021 when they came out with the Durango Hellcat, that it was only going to come out for a year. I do remember them saying that, but I didn't think that that's a lot of the reasons why a lot of people got them and held on to them and so on and so forth, because it was going to be rare. It was only going to be for 1 year. And a lot of people right now, especially on social media and the blogs, all that stuff, they're pissed because a lot of people either paid maybe a little bit of a markup because they're like, hey, this is going to be the last one and the only one, so get it while you can. It's limited edition. And now they're coming back out with the car, or the Durango, and a lot of people are really upset because this is going to bring probably their value down, because with a 2023 it's probably going to have maybe a little bit of improvements, this and that, and that one's probably going to be worth maybe more than the 2021. So that kind of sucks. I did read something that there's a petition out to get Dodge to stop the production of these vehicles. I don't know how successful that's going to be, but I know a lot of people were very upset. So with the Durango, so this Durango is basically the same engine. It's not a red eye engine, or with the red eye supercharger. So it has the 710. It just has like little updated features and stuff. It doesn't have any like power upgrades or anything like that. So basically almost the same exact one. Okay, just maybe a couple little tweaks here and there, but that's about it. So this is probably going to be ridiculously expensive, I can see, because they're not probably going to make a whole bunch, and the markup on these are going to be super high. So looking to pay about 100 grand for one of these Durangos. All right, the Dodge Hornet. So I know when this was revealed, it was kind of like, oh, what the heck, a crossover. Uh, yeah. So I can understand it from Dodge's point of view that this is a segment that they're losing money out on, because this is the top selling segment for most auto manufacturers. So I can see that they want to put this out, and if they already have basically the vehicle in their lineup, because this is basically Alfa Romero, so this is their car now with a Dodge badge. So why not bring it over? They got electric motor in it paired with it. I'll go over the specs in a little bit, but my initial impressions is, I mean, it's a nice vehicle. It's more modern than the Journey or any of the other vehicles that they've had that were like crossover style. So I like it. I think it's pretty cool. It's not something I would buy, but I can see, like, you know, family member, wife, so on and so forth. They say it's going to be under $30,000. It's supposedly the quickest, fastest, most powerful compact utility vehicle under 30K. That's most likely going to be like the base model, because I would assume the higher model is going to be in the 40s. Alright, so let me scroll down here. And yeah, so the Hornet RT, let me see here. I saw the power numbers. Let me scroll down. Alright, so I know the Hornet RT is going to be 285 horsepower with 383 pound-feet of torque. It has a 1.3 liter turbocharger with, you know, electric motor. So that electric motor, a lot of these times when you see these gas-powered engines attached with electric motors, those electric motors help it get off the line. So it's going to give it that, you know, initial burst of acceleration, and then obviously the horsepower and stuff will pick up after that and push the car along. So I think this is going to be a so-so seller for them. Obviously there's a bunch of different crossovers, you know, people can pick. So they're going to have to do a lot of stuff with the interior. Let me see if they have any pictures in here. So let me see. So, and then you can get the like upgraded version with direct connection parts and stuff like that to kind of get it. It's the Hornet GT GLH, which has upgraded everything: wheels, graphics, and, you know, power, so on and so forth, exhaust. So I guess we'll wait to see what it looks like when it actually comes out. I would assume it's going to look exactly the same. So it's due to come out next year. So more to follow on that. So the big dog, the Dodge Charger Daytona Banshee. So first initial thoughts, yes, it kind of does look like a Challenger. The original Chargers were 2 doors, so I can see them going back to that heritage. It does have a retro modern style. I think as far as electric cars go, this is probably the meanest looking electric vehicle probably out there. I would say styling wise, it's not as aerodynamic as most electric vehicles, but it's made to look aggressive. So where it might not be as efficient as other electric vehicles, I would assume the way Dodge operates, this is going to have a shitload of power. you see what they do with their gas powered vehicles, 700, 800 horsepower. This is, I would assume, with this having 9 power levels, that's what they mentioned, um, where you can upgrade your power levels. I would assume this is going to have to be no less than 1,000 horsepower. Like the level 9, I guess, version would have to be at a minimum 1,000 horsepower. Because if they have their gas powered vehicles at 807 or 800 whatever 40, this has got to be 1,000 horsepower, and being all-wheel drive, it's gonna fly. um, just by looking at the design, I mean, it's gonna be heavy. It's gonna be close to 5,000 pounds, 40 something, about 5,000 pounds, because you know, those electric vehicles, those electric motors, they're heavy, and just all the components, it's going to be a heavy vehicle. But that's why I assume it's going to have about 1,000 to 1,100 horsepower. But with it being all-wheel drive, it's going to haul ass. So let's scroll down. And obviously this is, you know, he has an exhaust, chambered exhaust. So the industry first BEV exhaust that can reach 126 decibels. So 126 decibels is pretty loud. That's like Corsa exhaust level. So I think that when I first heard it, it reminded me of a movie from back in the day. I think it's called the RAF or the Rafe, and that's what it reminded me, that sound, and I kind of liked it. It's a modern electric sound. So compared to other electric vehicles that have no sound, I think it's pretty cool. And now it's not everybody's cup of tea, and I get it. You want the V8 rumble, but don't knock it until you actually see it in person. Obviously, we all watch it on the internet. But 126 decibels, if they can reach that, that's pretty loud. That's Corsa, like I mentioned, Corsa exhaust sound levels. So, and then this erupt. So a cool thing about this is, so if you don't know, so electric vehicles, they're basically one gear, and they just go. They're just constant, like just one gear. This has a multi-speed transmission. So with it being that much power, all-wheel drive, you can imagine it going full throttle, and then changing gear and boom, putting you into the back of your seat. So that's got to feel ridiculous. And if you know Dodge, they're gonna throw a shitload of power at this when it comes out. So these are some pictures of it. The badge, if you look at the badge, it kind of looks like an old man, a bald old guy yelling, "Get off my lawn" or something. So, but it does have that retro, like modern style. The lights, crazy. The interior, so this is a 2x2, kind of like Grand Coupe style. From the pictures, I like the interior. It's very modern looking. So, and it looks like it can maybe have where the interior you can change some of the lighting. The seats look pretty cool. There are 4 bucket seats, center console, and they got a center console in the back. Look like carbon fiber buckets. I mean, it looks pretty cool to me. Got the little launch button right there. Daytona. More renderings. And this is kind of like there's a launch button. So this is probably gonna be ridiculous. So cool thing about this is kind of like a hatchback or something. So the whole trunk comes up, the roof, I mean the back glass, everything comes up. So it does give you a whole bunch of space in the rear. So that's pretty cool, giving it more practicality. So that's the exhaust. And I mentioned about the exhaust, I mentioned about all that. So obviously this is a concept, so maybe certain things might change here and there. They mentioned this is kind of close to the final design, but they didn't release any power numbers or anything like that, pricing or anything. So this is the 2024 model, and this kind of lines up pretty good for me because it'll be 3 years of me having my Hellcat. So by that time, I can maybe jump into that, trade my Hellcat in for that, or keep my Hellcat and maybe even lease one or something like that. Because I think with electric vehicles, I mean, I might be wrong, but like with Teslas and stuff, I think you just throw on some rims, some tint, and call it a day. So maybe it's something I could lease where I'm not thinking about putting a whole bunch of performance parts and all this stuff. Just put on some wheels and some tint and call it a day. So more to follow on that. So those were all the releases that Dodge had for that Speed Week. So one thing I will say about the whole Dodge event as a whole, the production, just the anticipation, the marketing, Dodge knocks it out the park. And they get everybody hyped, even though maybe a lot of the stuff that was presented wasn't what everyone expected. I know a lot of people were speculating the 909 horsepower Hellcat to be shown at this event, and then I know when they showed the Hornet and then the Droptop Challenger, everybody was like, "That's it." And then when they showed the Durango SRT, everybody was pissed about that, and everybody kind of expected this electric vehicle, so that was kind of expected, but we're missing out on a little bits. But overall, I think it was a great event, and I'm excited about the Daytona SRT, all the other stuff, whatever, and then direct connection. So I really hope within the next year that, or not the next year, but by the end of this year, that this direct connection stuff gets rolling, because I don't know how it's gonna work when, yeah, I'm gonna get a warranty for something, but what if I'm almost out of my warranty? Am I still gonna, is that gonna be warranted? Is the vehicle gonna be warranted? I don't know how the warranties are gonna work. That's why I wanted to get it. My car still has a couple years left on its warranty. I want to get it while I have warranty on everything else. So hopefully they hurry the heck up and release that. So I just wanted to share my thoughts on everything. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, and the good, the bad, the ugly, and just drop a comment. So with that being said, stay tuned, stay safe, stay blessed.